Good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to learn the electric arc welding. This electric arc welding is the fusion welding process in which the welding heat is absorbed from an electric arc between the work, which is the base metal, and the electrode. The electric arc is produced when two conductors of the electric circuits they touch together and they separated by a small distance such that there is sufficient voltage in the circuit to maintain the flow of current through the gaseous medium, that is air. And the temperature of heat which is produced during this electric arc welding is up to 6000 degrees Celsius to 7000 degrees Celsius. Next is the circuit diagram. Yes, the equipments which are used for the arc welding. The circuit diagram shows the electrode holder in which the electrode it is going to hold. Here is the workpiece in which the welding process has been done and the arc get produced here. The welding machine maybe operates with AC or the DC power source, and the work cable is provided here and the electrode cable which is connected. Both the DC and the AC arcs are used for these arc welding, and the direct current supplies for the AC welding is usually obtained from the generator driven by either the electric motor or petrol or the diesel engine. And for AC current supply for the AC welding is obtained from the step down transformer which receives the current from the main supply at 200 to 400 volts, and it transforms it to the voltage actually which is required for the process, that is 80 to 100 volt for striking the arc only. And this arc weldings uses the electric arc to coalescence metal, and it is the most common method of welding, and electricity travels from the electrode to the base metal to the ground. There are two major types of this arc welding: shielded arc welding and the unshielded arc welding. So first we are going to see the shielded arc welding. Here, when the welding rods are coated with the fluxing materials, then that welding is called as the shielded arc welding. And the fluxing material is applied to the rod by dipping it or into the coating or with the help of the extrusion process. And the rods, the electrodes, they are called as a coated electrodes. The coated rods do not only supply the fluxing agent, but it also fuses at the lower rate than the rod itself. So this property acts to extrude the atmosphere in the vicinity of the atmosphere, and it prevents the absorption of large amount of oxygen and the nitrogen, which is harmful for the welding process. And because of this, the weld which is made with the shielded arc welding process, they are strong as compared to the unshielded one. The joints are strong and they are free from the blowholes. This process of shielded metal arc welding, it also called as the stick welding, and it is used for almost all the processes of welding, like for the joining of pipelines or for farm repairs or also for the complex fabrication works. It uses the stick shapes electrodes and this shielded metal arc welding can join steel, cast iron and also the stainless steel. You can see the diagram for the shielded metal arc welding. There are some advantages also, that these equipments are very less complex, they are portable, less costly, and they can operate indoor and outdoor also. and they can perform the operation at any position. The electrodes available too much properties and strength of most base metal, but these are not used for welding the softer metals and not as efficient in the deposition. Next one is the unshielded welding arc process. Here, when the large electrodes or the filler rods they are used for the welding, then it is called as the unshielded arc welding. And in this process, the deposited melt metal, while it is hot, it absorbs the oxygen and the nitrogen from the atmosphere. So the effect of oxygen is to produce the inclusion and blowholes in the weld, and due to the nitrogen it promotes the hardness and the brittleness. So this decreases the strength of the weld metal and lower its ductility and resistance to the corrosion. So this is the major drawback of this unshielded welding arc process. This arc welding process can be done with the help of the AC power or the DC power supply also. So now we are going to see the difference between the AC arc welding and the DC arc welding. So in case of the AC arc welding, the AC welding the AC welding transformer has no moving parts and they are simple, but the DC welding generators has rotating parts and they are more complicated. The transformer cost is less and its maintenance cost is low in case of the AC arc welding, and the generator cost is more and also the maintenance cost is more in case of the DC arc welding. In case of the AC arc welding, since the distribution of the heat is equal, so there is no need of changing the polarity. Hence only the ferrous metals are usually welded with the help of the AC arc welding. But in case of the DC arc welding, the heat distribution is different in two poles. That is, it is 2/3 in positive and 1/3 in negative. So by changing the polarity, all types of metal can be welded by the help of the DC arc welding. All types of electrode cannot be used in the AC arc welding because the current constantly reverses with every cycle. So only coated electrodes can be used in case of the AC arc welding. And for the DC arc welding, all types of electrodes, bars or coated can be used in the DC arc welding because the polarity cannot change, because the polarity can be changed to suit the electrode in case of the DC one. In case of AC, the polarity cannot change. In the AC arc welding, the problem of arc blow does not rises and it is very easy to control. But in case of the DC one, the arc blow is severe and cannot be controlled easily. In case of the AC arc, the arc is never stable, but in case of the DC, the arc is more stable. The AC arc can be used only when AC supplies from the mains is available. But in case of DC arc welding, in the absence of AC mains supply also, an engine driven DC generator can be used for the application. The AC arc weldings are more dangerous and the DC arc weldings are comparatively less dangerous. So up to this we have seen what is the electric arc welding, their types, that is unshielded arc welding, shielded arc welding, and the comparison of the AC and the DC arc welding. Thank you.